Hi, this is Zach May with the Bulletin Board Heroes here at Vox Markets for Friday, the 29th of October. Starting off with Carclo, which has continued its little break out of that triangle that it was in from the end of May. The level broken there at 36 pence. We're up to 45 now, and we could hit as high as 80 maybe over the next 2 to 3 months. If you're cautious, maybe you wait for clearance of the 50 pence area, or even take profits at the 50 pence area. But the next move between the two, the 50 and 200-day moving averages, should be a golden cross, and the run up to that is typically the strongest part of the cycle. On to stock which has had its ups and downs, to say the least. Coro Energy. Here we're looking at a situation where the shares look as though they've just bottomed out. The reason for saying that is obviously the two gaps to the downside that we had. Looks like exhaustion gaps for September and October, and then the shares likely to close above the top of the first gap at 0.27. If we can get that on a weekly close basis, then we could be heading up towards 0.36 or so, maybe by the end of next month, or perhaps going into December. But good bullish divergence there in the RSI window, suggesting that there is finally some momentum there over and above the gap closes that we have so far had. On to a stock which I covered yesterday, but it's so exciting today that I'm looking at it again today. The reason for the excitement is the break of that resistance line there from September. Also breaking through the 50 and 200-day moving average area around 24.5. And also we've got the prospect of the shares going into a golden cross over the next few weeks. The 50-day line rising at the moment, and the 200-day going flat and ready perhaps to head higher. But whatever happens there, above the broken resistance line there at 23 pence from last month, looking towards 40 pence at the top of that rising trend channel from May, perhaps as soon as the end of next month. Stock which has been requested and just squeezed in is Lamprell, and looking very nice indeed. Thank you for the request there. The reason for saying that is that we've had a bear trap rebound last month, so just clipping the low there from back in July around 32.5 pence, going down to 31, and then also gap close reversal, and then today a key reversal to the upside off support, which is one of our preferred signals. That gives us sort of multiple bullish points over and above the extended basing that we've had. And it looks as though the shares in a rising trend channel from back in July. And above the 50-day line, and today's low around 35 pence could go up towards 55 pence, perhaps over the next 4 to 6 weeks, even if they then fall again after that. Onto a stock which I think I covered a couple of days ago. So we'll see how it's done since then. Obviously, we got Miselex breaking that line of resistance there from June. That was around 38 pence. And we've had a vertical moves there, beautiful long candles. Initial target was up to 85 pence, which seemed like pie in the sky, but doesn't look like that now. Bigger target, if you're a fan of the shares, maybe over by the end of the year, something like that, up to £1.10, which is a line of resistance from, if I can get it back on the chart, line of resistance back in from the early part of last year. So let's see how that goes there. This stage, at least while we're above the 60 pence area, looking for further significant gains on Miselex over the near term. On to the next stock, Panthera, and signs of life here. Strong candle of support, sort of equivalent to a key reversal to the upside. Nice bullish divergence there with a lower low on the price and an equal low on the RSI, so that's encouraging. Looks like we could get up to the the post-August resistance there around 15 pence, which would be a decent start over the near term, maybe over the next couple of weeks. Big picture target here back up towards 21 or 22 pence, maybe by the end of the year, something like that. But looks like the 15 pence area pretty well nailed on for Panthera at the moment. Stock which I covered quite a lot in the over the summer, that sort of thing, when it was obviously rising, is Phoenix Copper. Here we've broken above the 50-day moving average last week. That was around 62 pence, made good progress since then. And now looking for a target maybe as high as £1 by the end of the year, especially while we hold above the initial October resistance around 65 pence. Above 65, looking for as high as £1 by the end of December. One of my favourite stocks, which continues to be one of my favourite stocks. Maybe not quite as much of a favourite as John's story, who's exercised some warrants, but here we've got a situation with quantum blockchain, where we're in this, looks like a mid-move consolidation, and above 3 pence on an end-of-day close basis, looking for 5 pence or 5.25 pence, which is the top of the 2020 price channel. Stock which I don't normally look at, but here it is today. After an extended leave of absence, we've got Venture Life breaking that line of resistance from August. That was around 45 pence. Above that, maybe looking to fill the gap there from September up to 64 pence over the next couple of weeks. Shares spiking with decent trading volume yesterday as well, so it does look as though something positive is going to happen and keep happening there for the shares. A couple of stock market newbies to finish with. I've got Ben's Creek, where I said on a tweet, I think during the week, above 15 we're looking for 22. I think the high so far 21.5, which I suppose is not too bad. Big picture target here, maybe over the next 4 to 6 weeks, as high as 26 pence, which is the projected top of that rising trend channel from the early part of this month. So let's see if the shares could do that maybe by the end of November, something like that. Upside valid at least while we're above 18 pence on an end of day close basis, which is the bottom of the recent gap on the daily chart. Finishing off with another market newbie, which is Tungsten West, and this is going great guns actually, well, has been. Here we've got a situation where got a rising trend channel, broke resistance around 65 pence, and then have gapped up through the 68 pence level. Above 68, we could see the shares head as high as 80 pence by over the next 4 to 6 weeks, and especially while there's no end of day close back below the 68 pence level. Otherwise, probably consolidation in the upper 60s before we head higher. That's it from me today. More updates over the weekend.